Hello, hello! Welcome to Gilganos raiding Dawntrail. Today we are playing the second part of the 24-person raid in Dawntrail called Sandoria, the Second Walk, I think, right? Patch day was yesterday, so I'm a little bit late, probably just a little bit. But it's still gonna be fun, I guess, right? You know what I mean when I say fun about a 24-person raid right after its release, right? So, yeah, we're gonna have a look at the story first, obviously, and then afterwards as well. So no time to lose. Let's go, go, go. All right. Do I remember anything of the story? It's been half a year. No, not really. Kind of. Not really. Kind of. That's gonna come back to me. Don't worry. So let's just go here, right? Dreams of Paradise. The lance-guard furrowed brow suggests all is not well in Yapping. Let's see what he did there. Ayami, your timing couldn't be better. I've just received word from Yapping. Unknown beasts have been sighted near the rift and attacked the sentries standing guard. Alright, so the rift inside the woods of Yapping, where we have been transported to Gilganos, right? If I remember correctly. A cool judger believes them to be echoes and is headed here there as we speak. It goes without saying the threat more of them could pose to Tuliolal. It goes without saying the threat more of them could pose to Tuliolal. I should be only too happy to help. Our last contact came from Turalja in Mamuk. I suggest speaking with him first to learn more of Bakultich's whereabouts. Okay, we do that. Obviously, I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time this time. When, you know, like, if you remember correctly, I went in as a ninja. And for some of the fights, let that on the floor for half the time, because the healers wouldn't heal. Right, I remember. Unfortunately, I'm not... it's been a while since I've played healer, and I don't want to heal a new 24-person raid in the first week, so we're going in as a res mage. So, you know, at least I'll be resing people, I guess. Not myself, though, so... I must be Yomi. Bakul Jaja asked did I take you to him as soon as you arrived. When last we spoke, he was hunting for the echoes somewhere to the north of Gokdrak Descent. Climb aboard and we can be on our way. You can now travel directly to Gokdrak Descent near the entrance to Gilganos by speaking with Turalja. Nice. Wow, I don't have to fly there. Not like it was that far, you know. There we go. I do have a new graphics card, actually. And I feel like some... Well, obviously, I upped the graphics, but also I feel some of the stuff is being rendered differently. It looks different than I'm used to, in any case. But I hope it's gonna mostly look the same. Or even, you know, like, better. Maybe it should look better, right? Look at these beautiful flowers. And the recording. I was just jumping on it because I activated I didn't even know there was a thing. Grass interactions. It's a... Well, you're not interacting with that, I guess. I guess it's not grass, right? An option you can take in... Activate in the systems menu, right? There you are. If you've been burning if you've any burning questions about this place or anything else in Vanadil, I should be happy to answer them. Oh, interesting. So you can learn about, I guess, the story of the enemies inside Final Fantasy XI. I have played some of Final Fantasy XI, but only like half a year. I think even less. And I was 11, like 12? Maybe 13, something around that. You know, it was before World of Warcraft released. And my brother was playing Final Fantasy XI. My brother being 8 years. So many 11s. 8 years older than me. So whenever he wasn't playing, I would be able to play with his account on an alt character, right? But yeah, I did not get far. I was like level 20. I think I got to Gilganos, actually. I did run to Gilganos at some point and then got to Qfin. Or Qfin. You know, actually, since I'm pronouncing Gilganos the French way, I should probably also pronounce Qfin. I think it's Qfin, right? A Qfin? the French way, I guess, for consistency's sake, right? Yeah, it's written Q-U-F-I-M. If I pronounce it in French, it would be Cufin. Which would make sense, I guess. But it will probably sound very weird to anyone who's known the area, so sorry about that. But since I'm pronouncing Gilganos the French way, because I do feel it's a French name, we're going with Cufin. Alright. Yeah, but I've only like leveled there once, and then I think at level 21 or whatever, I was done with the game, and World of Warcraft released, or actually the beta of World of Warcraft released, and I never went back to Final Fantasy XI, so yeah. So I don't know anything about those enemies, actually. Well, except for the fact that they have been part of Final Fantasy XI, I guess. So tell me about yourself. Me? I'm no adventurer of any particular renown, if that's what you were expecting. Just a man come from Bastok, looking to see more of the world. Bastok being one of the 3 starting areas, right? I do remember that much. I've been there once. I think my character who was a Taru was based in Windhurst. Actually, I think I've started another one in Sandoria, but then re-rolled on Windhurst. I'm not sure if I also tried out Bastok at some point, or if I think I just ran there actually at some point. Yeah, back in the days it was so fascinating to just have such a big world to explore with other people in it, you know, that even in World of Warcraft, one of the first things we did, because I started as a night elf in a beta, and in the beta with a party of Nightfalls, we were like, we want to see Ironforge, so we ran from from Helgerstil to Ironforge at level, I don't know, 15 or whatever it was, which is not that easy. Without, well, obviously we did die, right? But it was just such a feeling of adventure. Oh, good memories. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I did run to Bastok at some point. And then probably beg the Black Mage to teleport me back to Windhurst. Oh god. While I lack in fame, I make up for it with strength of numbers. I have no shortage of friends willing to accompany me in pursuit of riches should I reach out via link pearl. The armor I wear is proof of her accomplishments, salvaged from the depths of the Ulsadal undersea ruins. That said, I treasure my time with them more than any trinket or bauble we've unearthed on our travels together. You understand, surely? Kinda. Yeah, pretty much, actually. Tell me about Fafnir. Ooh. Including the music, okay? The great dragon that slumbers in the depths of the Boyada tree? Yes, I know of it, as does anyone who would dare venture into Zitar. Stories of a great hero who did battle with a dragon, and their harrowing encounter concluding with a strike at its heart with the fabled blade Riddle. If only they hadn't missed the mark. The blade is said to remain nestled in the beast's bosom even to this day. To survive such a blow and live for all these years bespeaks a strength I struggle to imagine. Oh, that's it? Okay. And yet the tales of its might have not deterred the brave and foolhardy from venturing in the tree. Hopefully they can slay Fafnir and claim its spoils. You have reached Dragon's Eyrie and lived to tell of it. Well, actually I did multiple times, but okay. I'm not sure if these are accessible before you actually go into Gilganos and fight them, because it wouldn't really... It doesn't really make sense to have this in hindsight, right? So, Tell me about the Archangels. I think there's a pretty infamous encounter in Final Fantasy XI, at least, you know, like how judging by how the people reacted to it. I've heard stories of the 5 warriors clad in black. Their fates are kind, I will never have the poor fortune to cross paths with them. They were not born but forged from crystal, assuming the legends are true. The dawn goddess Altana wept 5 tears that gave birth to the 5 races: Hume, Elvan, Tarutaru, Mithra, and Galka. The Archangels are said to be the embodiment of their sins. It's not the sun rising, but our sins. Apathy, arrogance, cowardice, envy, rage. The darkness that lurks within us all. No one is certain why they were created. The prevailing theory is they served as guardians of some ancient paradise. Hence the name Archangels, I guess, right? Tell me about the Shadow Lord. Dramatic. The great darkness of the Northlands, hatred made manifest. There's not a soul in all of Vana'diel who doesn't know of the Shadow Lord. And that reminds me on the Winter... No, the Night King. the Night King. His sole desire was to bring about the extinction of Altana's children, and so he rallied together the Beastmen, inciting what came to be known as the Crystal War. Oh, so he was the big bad, I guess, in Final Fantasy XI, at least at some point, right? Because obviously I did fight Beastmen, even in the starting areas, right? Beastmen's assault was merciless, and it was not long before Bastos and Doria and Winders were brought to their knees. It was only after Archduke Kamlanaut convinced them to join forces with the Grand Duchy of Grand Duchy of Jono, and that they've gained the momentum needed to push back. United as the Alliance of Altana, they would eventually drive the Beastmen back from the lands, and soon found themselves going on the offensive in Sharkabard. I'm just assuming the X is still a sh, even though, you know, whatever. The Alliance proved victorious in the end, but not without a great many sacrifices. Peace had been restored to Vanadil, for a time at least. The Shadow Lord was somehow resurrected 20 years later, but thankfully he was slain before the Beastmen could be emboldened to take arms a second time. There is much speculation as to his origins. Most believe he was once a Gulka, if you can believe it. Yeah, he does kinda look like a Gulka. He was betrayed by one of his companions, mortally wounded and left to die. A dear friend of his was also said to have been cut down in the altercation. He succumbed to his wounds, but his rage and despair would remain, giving life to the Shadow Lord. If what you say is true, and he has returned once more, perhaps the flames of his hatred can never truly be extinguished. But yeah, I do remember that all of this is kinda a Realja is doing, right? Yeah, right. Our boys are Realja. So why exactly do you have an exclamation mark above your head? Because that was all the dialogue I can get. Maybe it is because he's gonna tell us more about the coming enemies, right? Once we actually unlocked it, so it might be a spoilery. A spoilery exclamation mark. I just realized I don't even need to be here. I need to search for Bakul Jaja near Gokdrak's descent. I was kind of confused, you know, like being teleported there but not finding someone outside, right? Yeah, so I just went in, I guess. But hey, our map is gonna tell us exactly where we need to go, right? So, yeah, I've been playing a lot of, well, Bloodborne, and also Expedition 33 recently, both of which don't have a map, so I forgot that there's games with maps and mini-maps. Hey, Bakul Jaja, the cool Jaja. I feel like the game is pretty dark, right? I know it looks more. I feel like it looks more than World of Warcraft than it looks like Final Fantasy that I'm used to, at least. You know, color-wise, and I don't know. As I said, I have a new GPU, so for me it looks completely different. It might be that for you it doesn't even look differently, right? But then again, it's me recording, so it probably does look different. Well, whatever. There you are. I'm afraid you've missed all the excitement. We raised arms to attack before we even had time to say hello. To be fair, we also put them down before they had time to say goodbye. Kill me, Bakul Jaja. We came as fast as we could. Aye, Prish. Are these not orcs? Like the ones that attacked my home. To say they are violent to be an understatement, and they usually move in large packs. Tavnazia always had a hard time holding them off. Is there any chance these brutes are native to your lands? Nope, they came through the dark portal. Wait a second. No, it's funny because I just spoke of Teldrassil and it looks kind of like Teldrassil, right? It seems to have our answer. But what is that? You tell me, I can't see it. A letter, penned in your people's hand, I think. Would you take a look? Yeah. I can read. Right? To the Dawn Servant's champion, the stage has been set for your next challenge. Thus do I hereby invite you to return to Juno. I just was there, but okay. It's a real job. Did you refuse? A horde of echoes will be unleashed upon Yapping. The choice is yours. Not really, no. The game will kind of force me to go to Juno. So it's not really my choice, but hey. The illusion of choice is a thing, right? So, this is the long-awaited invitation? I know a snake when I see one, and this one is rotten to the core. A choice we have, but but to accept. We could just defeat all his enemy, all the echoes, until, you know, like he runs out of power, something like that. That's it. Let's get going. The sooner we're back in Journal, the sooner he can get reacquainted with my fists. Boo! 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 I know you people play the English version. Actually, yeah, let me check if I actually have to. What do I have activated? Probably English, right, currently. Yeah, okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I select the Japanese version of that better. So, well, I guess now we get to go to Juno, so. I was just wanting to say, maybe now we find out why the guy had an exclamation mark, right? Well, probably. The destination. Ensuring the Shadow Lord was bad enough. What could he be plotting this time? And what part am I meant to play in all this? Why am I not surprised? He makes a big show of threatening us to return, then has the nerve to make us wait. The orcs we saw earlier share a long, bitter history with the people of my home, Sandoria. When I first took up the adventuring profession, one of my first tasks was to rout the band of orcs that had set up encampment in the nearby woods of... Run for? Run for? Run for it. But my memory is a little hazy. Yeah... I mean, Sandoria sounds a little Spanish or something like that. I don't think it is, so I was confused as to how to pronounce this. I'm gonna go with the English one, which would probably be Run 4, right? Or Italian, I guess, Sandoria. Sandoria. Not sure. There they are. How good of you to come. How good of you to come. We were waiting for hours. Would have been a shame were I forced to set more echoes upon the good people of Turan. The Dawn Servant would have been most displeased to see his dear people come to harm. Enough of these games, Sarilja. We will not let you besmirch the memories of Vana'diel with these abhorrent echoes any longer. Why are you here exactly? I don't recall requesting your presence here today. A minor setback on my path to greatness, as you all will soon see. Come forth! That the lady that Frisch keeps speaking of. Is it a lady? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Allow me to introduce you to Kamlanaut. Kamlanaut? Archduke of... Okay, it's not a lady, sorry. Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Juno. But do not let his title deceive you, for he is... the last of the Sillard from 10,000 years ago. Rise of the Sillard was one of the expansions of Final Fantasy XI that it launched with in Europe, I think, if I remember correctly. Because obviously Final Fantasy XI launched a lot later than it did actually in Japan, right? So when they released it for PC at least, I think the PlayStation version was even later, right? In Europe, it already had 2 expansions to it called Rise of the Sillard and Chains of Romafia? Like that? Chains of Romafia, yeah, exactly. Ha! Yeah. Alright, my memory is not as bad as I always say, I guess. They existed in a time before the 5 races inhabited Vanadil. I know how ridiculous it must sound, but we might have a real problem on our hands this time. Well, you also have a real solution at hand. In me, I'm talking about myself. Well, about Yomi, basically, not me. But I'm controlling Yomi, so... Who's really doing the work here, right? Oh god, he sounds like an Asian. We had ancients like the Sillard here too. Our worlds are more alike than I thought. I remember correctly, Kamlanaut. I'm calling it Kamlanaut. Had an older brother. I can't imagine the real Char would have overlooked such a detail. Older brother? How would you know anything about that? Ni-chan! Come now, Kamlanaut. You needn't trouble yourself with the ramblings of a dead man. I see. You would use these adventures to take my measure. Well, they're certainly a far cry from the riffraff I'd imagined. Fine. I'll play along with your little scheme. For now. And with that, the curtain rises on your second challenge. The real Char, wait! Before you go, I have to know, am I really just an echo? We've been over this, child. But it seems your heart refuses to accept what your head knows to be true. I pity you. I do. Here, let me ease your burden and return you to Electrope. Well, sure. Surely me standing in front of her would do anything, do something, right? The cool Jaja. Cool Jaja. Ah, Dad, please don't spank me. Playing hero to this heap of stone masquerading as a child. My, how the mighty have fallen. I forgot I'm wearing the umbrella. Oh, with him out of the way, that's one less distraction for you in the coming contest. So come, bring your altar bear, that I may create the perfect vessel. Perfect ruler. I clipped through my shoulder there. Let me just fight here. Why do I need to go somewhere with 23 other people when I could just fight here? I shall await you in a more fitting place for our battle. I do hope you won't keep me waiting. Well, it's not my choice as to how long it takes me to get through the queue as a DPS, unfortunately. Thank you. Are you alright? Kind of interesting that Galul Jaja just, stopped attacking. We just hit once and then like, okay, I guess we can just go now. This isn't worth it. I don't know. God, this is all my fault. As much as I'd love to hand the real Char a fat knuckle sandwich, I can't just leave you here like this. Right. I never had imagined we would be made to travel blows with the Archduke. And though I am loath to do anything that might play into his hands, we can ill afford to let him have his way with the memories of Vanadil. When you're duly prepared, but say the word, and we'll be off. I am prepared, let's go. Thank you! Alright. It's the midst of the afternoon. It's already the second walk now accessible. It's the midst of the afternoon. It's like almost 3 PM. So it might actually take a while. Never mind. I have no idea about enemies to be encountered in this. I haven't watched anything or looked at anything. Yeah, since I've started doing blind playthroughs and stuff, I started watching less of the. Well, I will probably still be watching the cinematic trailer for the next expansion at some point before we actually get to play the next expansion. But I stopped looking at images and live letters in detail and stuff like that. Well, except for the things that actually concern me, like job buffs and stuff, right? Pandoria, as I remember it, kind of. Pretty sure I've heard this tune before as well. Long time ago. That's like 22 years ago that I've played Final Fantasy XI. Oh my god. Alright, so as I said before, it released yesterday. It's pretty much been 28 hours roughly, right? Yeah, 27. So I have no idea how well everybody knows this. Oh wait, I should probably get to my actual combat UI here, right? Or if it's gonna be a fun meme show, right? So, no idea.
Is this meant to be
oh, is it actually French? Chateau d'Oragui. Okay.
War echoes.
Also, I'm not usually playing Red Mage, so don't expect any prime gameplay here. Also, I have not been playing Final Fantasy XIV for quite a while, actually, for like 3 weeks or so, or 4. So, yeah. I'm actually kind of warming up because we will be playing the new Extreme as well. In 2 days, I think it is. So this is also, like my coming back to the game, warming up, right? With a job that I don't usually play, but hey, whatever, right? As I said before, I'm not gonna make the mistake again to go in as a non-resing DPS in a new... Well, some know where to go, I guess. Oh, I want to read the memo. Actually, I could at least have a click at it. And then read it in the... recording, that's what I'm trying to say. Ooh!
Run 4 is supposed to be acquired.
I do remember that forest, yes. Run 4, okay.
We must fight our way through.
Yeah, I'm not reading it now, obviously, but I will be reading it afterwards in my recording. I'm pretty sure we cannot record it in... not read it in the inn or anything, right? Because it's just a memo on the floor. I do remember this. I think actually I started my first character in Sundoria before I rerolled on Windows. I think I've said that before, right? It doesn't look... if I remember correctly, it was a lot dense. Oh, I missed the memo.
A burning circle here.
It was a lot denser though. Oh, I don't know this area. Never been to that. It's a little sad that we're just... Orlais Peak. Still French. So I guess Sandoria is not French though. Weird. Oh, hello.
By the gods, it's Kirin.
Thief-bound Kirin. Oh, this is gonna be fun, right? Oh boy.
You, who have risen above your mortal status. I am Kirin.
Dunga 4.
This surging power I bring to bear!
This is no power I've seen before, but I won't be daunted.
Hi. I guess the hands are doing it afterwards, okay. Whatever he is doing. We should be safe. Oh no, okay. It doesn't matter. His orientation doesn't matter, I see. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm kind of struggling with Okay, let's just take this one.
Comrade is in trouble. Someone heal them.
I'm already struggling, you know, like with kind of doing my rotation.
Guardians divine, lend me now your
Someone shoot Shichin. Okay.
Oh, Genbu,
Okay, we
entomb
could
in
just stand in there if we wanted to.
The divine beasts. Have care.
Hello? Okay. Easy enough.
A comrade is down. Someone revive them.
Wow, really? Game backseating me? Oh god, oh god. Hello. Oh, that was stupid. I forgot that it breaks the... combo.
Will you overcome my trial?
Okay, that was different. I guess we need to go into the circle then. No? No, it's just big. Okay, didn't understand that one. Oh, we only... Smiting left sequence. Jesus. I'm not understanding this.
You shall reap the rewards for daring to contend with the gods.
That was wrong. That looks like tank pulses, right? But it's... Oh, okay. One of them is taken by an NPC, I see. This is super splashy shiny.
There is no escape.
Unfortunately, I have no idea what's going on. I think we need to destroy probably one, right, first. Not sure if we need to destroy both of them. Maybe we do. Okay, we do. Uh-oh. Do we? Well, that was close.
Know your place.
Double ringer. What actually is that now? Synchronized sequence. I'm just going somewhere, I'm not gonna lie. And it somehow works sometimes. Come on, give me... Can I give my rest, please?
Oh, guardians divine, lend me now your might. Oh, sail you, scatter blood upon
Sail
the
you.
wind.
That looks like a... line AoE. Crimson Riddle.
I must thank you, mortals.
Okay, that was something. I think he just always did a donut right after the...
Let us keep up the good work.
right after the point blank, right? Which is what confused me. Maybe not. Looking forward to looking at that in the recording when I don't have to... Oh god. Oh no. When I don't have to press something. I can actually have a look at the mechanics. This is very reminiscent.
It's Ultima and Omega, and they're attacking those airships.
Okay, of the... Is it Wiping City? No, it's not Wiping City, is it? Oh. Oh!
Ultima and Omega are on a rampage. Who unleashed them? At this rate, everything will be laid to waste.
Are you doing Scythe? I'm not sure which one it was that has...
The airships are taking heavy damage.
The airship
We
fight in the
must do
beginning.
something.
It's the wrong one.
I'm glad you're safe. Come. Let's keep
Yeah, we jumped from airship to airship. That's actually pretty cool, I have to say. Bye! Oh, that's so funny. We follow them much more elegantly, I guess. But it would appear I've landed on
cannot see
something.
an easy way back. But I'm sure you can handle things without me.
Oh, hello. Is that Ultima and Omega? Is that the boss? Antimatter. It's always been... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, at least he's showing it first, right? Not like the actual Omega. We need to go there? Or no, no, okay, I guess not. Oh, jeez. I am a slow. Did I get hit by something? Oh, they're mirroring, I guess. Yeah, okay. Not mirroring, but relaying. Jump from the airship before it's reduced to ash. Okay. Oh, that's fun. That's so funny. Oh, the people just immediately died. Oh wait, did I rest the one guy up there? Uh-oh. Oh, that's so funny. Citadel Buster. Oh god. You keep accepting my res at the wrong time. My boy. This one's also gonna die, right? Oh boy. Okay. It didn't fire yet though, right? Oh, wait. Oh jeez. Oh no. Ah, it's a really flashy fight. Easier to read than the previous one, for me at least. Oh, I don't have any MP. Really cool fights. I like both of them so far. This one seems more confusing than it is. I mean, obviously they are sharing HP, right? And having two enemies. Well, you don't really have to look at Ultima, right? Just watch whatever's on the floor, I guess. Oh, come on. Why are you? Thanks. I don't even have any MP. Do they not share HP? I'm so sure. Well, I guess they don't. I got a lot of people. Oh, okay, we did it.
An
I
impressive
guess.
show. Hurry now. Do not keep me waiting.
Don't need any of that. Kufa, there we go, Kufa. Kufim, I don't know. But since we're pronouncing Juno, we also got to pronounce Kufa. At least it makes sense in those languages, you know? Not in French, I guess. But then again, you know, I'm kind of like, if Sandoria is French, as it seems, then why would Juno also be French, right? What else would it be? I don't know. Or maybe it's like France and Belgium. Belgium also speak French, right? Ah, I just died. Oh, I do remember these animes from Kifa, yeah. The Pugil, whatever. And the cancer thingies, not cancer. The crabs, the clippers, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, obviously. Just remembering that I think I also did the 24-person raids in Endwalker as a red mage, at least at some point, right? Because I do remember it being exactly the same, like, oh my god, I have no idea what I'm pressing, bear with me. Well, it doesn't mean it's not true. You know, I keep whipping out the red mage like every once in a blue moon, right? Mostly for new releases, as you can see. And every time I need to go to the to the target dummy beforehand and be like, okay, how does my opener go again? Yeah, I'm not gonna remember that during combat, but hey, whatever, right? Openers don't matter in 24-person raids anyways. Not really any rotation matters in 24-person. Ooh, it's not the last boss, not the final boss. Interesting. Camlanaut. No idea.
Come then. Show me what your kind can do. Oh, sublime Estoc! Drink deep of the elements.
Oh god. Ice and then lightning. It was ice and lightning. No idea what that means. Oh, those grew bigger. Okay, interesting. Lightning. And fire.
Once more, shall we? Kneel.
Okay, pretty straightforward so far.
Behold the glory of the Zalat.
Don't want to stand in front of those.
But to be crushed.
Great wheel. Not what I expected, but okay.
Accept your fate.
And spirited swordplay. That looked like something from Zeralja.
Kneel before Zilatian wisdom and die.
Nope, thank you. Don't want to do that.
The power of crystals. Transcend.
Esoteric scribbinging? I don't even know what that means. Okay. Good thing someone just used
By their might, I pave the path to paradise.
I have no idea what's going on.
I am the will of the crystal.
Transcendent Union. Looks more like splitting than unifying, but okay. It's all just AoE so far?
That you should still stand.
Yeah,
Very well.
you're weak. Esoteric Palisade.
Careful now. The face of war is ever changing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Tremble! Disappear!
Oh, jeez. Good thing you could. Anti-knockback that. I would have fallen for that. Oh my god.
Kneel!
Oh, that's a non-tank. They have two red mages and a summoner in that one party. And I'm still the one mostly rezzing their people. Like, really?
Oh, sublime Estok! Drink deep of the elements!
Okay, they're alive. What was it? Dang, I wasn't looking. Okay, it's fine. Light Blade. Oh, that's that one. I see.
Accept your fate!
I'll say it again. Not sure if we need to do something with that or if it's just, you know, meant to... Oh, okay. But that we cannot walk there, I guess, right? Oh, it's two at the same time, I didn't see that. Oh. Ah, dang.
Insolent fool!
What? That hit me? Okay.
Gone.
Okay. Ooh, that does not look good. Oh, that looks even worse. You should not stack that. Obviously they did. And we have one wrestle left.
Oh, sublime Estok! Drink deep of the elements!
Didn't watch. Is this the greatest comeback of all time? And everybody's alive again. What a comeback! Nice! Oh, we had one wrestle left. But three limit breaks. Oh, that was so good. See, that's how it should work. That's how a first time 24-person raid should be. Not like last time where the healers didn't heal and nobody rested anything, right? Earth and ice, okay. And lightning. Earth, ice, lightning. Earth. Bang. Well, thanks. Thanks. I thought there would be a sliver in the middle. And I'm dead. Oh, didn't see it. Look at that. Well, he's almost dead, so. Oh, the greatest comeback in 24-person history. It's so surprising that every party actually used the heal LB3, right? They never do that.
Return to the crystals from which you were
So
born.
funny.
As for the rest,
That was really cool. The fight wasn't actually that difficult, I would say, if you only like paid attention to what he was actually doing, and unlike me. Oh, I liked that one. That was nice. Probably would have liked it less if you actually wiped, you know, but
you have the
we didn't, so
privilege of
whatever, right?
walking within the heart of Tulia. Do not disappoint
Oops.
me.
Don't need any of that, unfortunately. I could use some scouting hands. I don't know you, but hi. You look interesting. So who are you then? Is he also the Duke? The Grand Duke? Archduke? Just in a different looking form? I guess it's a Silhouette. Eolnarch. I guess not. I guess it's an Ascian.
After 10 long millennia, the dreams of the Zealot will become
I guess he is the Ascian that was the Archduke, right? Okay. I'm just trying to draw parallels to Final Fantasy XIV because I have no idea about the Final Fantasy XI lore, obviously. Shoes of Scouting, don't need those, thank you. Leatherbound memo. Read afterwards. Actually, I have really bad gear, I just realized. But I still have Dance Partner, and I'm a Res Mage. Well, I guess I probably still, if I actually deal damage, I probably still deal more damage than the personal damage.
This world shall
Than the
belong
bard.
to the Zealot.
Because bard, you know.
Can you escape this, I wonder?
Chronos Sling. Okay. Could not escape that, obviously. Not that one.
Be gone!
Imperial Vortex.
Round and round they go.
Pretty sure that's the opposite. Lot smaller than I thought it would be, but it was the opposite.
Let's try this.
What? Where to? Where are you going? Oh god, it's Kefka. It is. I can't.
My javelin pierces all.
Remove the debuffs, unfortunately. Oh, jeez.
Allow me to show you a trick I've learned.
Obviously, I rest them exactly into that. Sorry.
Have you the strength to find the answers you seek? This is not Varna deal.
Excelsior!
Aware of that.
What just happened? Oh, we're stunned. Okay. Phase shift. At least he's announcing his phase change, right?
I also understand the true nature of my existence. So come, let us finish this.
Alright.
I will
Show me.
eliminate you and make this world ours.
Okay. I'm fine with that. It's not my world anyways, right?
The time for games is over.
Interesting. A piece is missing, the one that was marked beforehand, right?
I shall forge a more fitting stage for our
What?
all pales before our brilliance.
Okay. Okay. I can't raise. I'm sorry.
Perhaps some magic in the mix.
Is it gonna... No, okay, it's not moving this time.
You fought well, but it's time to say goodbye.
Okay. I didn't understand why the... Oh, that's why it moved. So this should be safe then, right? Yes, okay.
My javelin pierces all.
Pretty cool fight, I like it. But I feel it's a lot easier than Juno was,
In this
right?
false flesh, I will not lose to you.
And then he spoke, obviously. Oh, Jesus. Visions of Paradise. Visions of winning. Wait, that goes away. Yeah, whatever. Okay, it only goes one. Okay, I was assuming that earlier, but I didn't actually see it.
Let's try this.
Jesus. Chronosling out. Then this side, okay. Yeah, this one is feel a lot easier than the Shadow Lord. Right? So far. Don't think there's gonna be another phase, so I think that's pretty safe to say. But I really like it. Sign is cool. I felt like Juno was maybe a little bit too difficult, to be honest, for a 24-person raid. I feel like those are more meant to be kind of relaxing, you know? And obviously there must still be some danger to it, right? And obviously there is, especially with the previous boss, right? But I feel like they shouldn't be as difficult as that you actually have to, you know, like super try hard and pay attention, right? Like I feel, for example, that the stream, that the critical engagements in Occult Crescent are a bit too difficult, just a little bit. In terms of, you know, they're not difficult in terms of you can't win them, obviously. But first of all, they're pretty trial and error. And then second of all, they are too difficult to, you know, like not pay attention, but not difficult enough to actually be engaging, you know. I feel these are a little easier than most of, or many of the, actually not easier, but less punishing than the critical engagements in Occult Crescent, right? And therefore just more fun, because you can actually mess up without immediately die and then just tank the floor for the rest of the encounter, right? Well, okay, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. No wipes there. It's gonna need on any of that. Even though I don't even play triple try, do I? Not in this character, though. Well, I don't have any cards in this character. Healing, no thank you. Pending, no thank you. Hairpin of aiming, no thank you. Casting, maybe? No. Dang. One of the few things that I actually have. I feel the healers are pretty good. Right? Don't know which one was better to Swiss Ages. That one. Yeah, that was really good. I was rest very quickly, I was healed very quickly, we always had shields, so that was really good. Thank you a lot. That was such a pleasant experience compared to last time, right? Oh my god. That was really nice. Oh, I loved that. The return. Oh, the comeback for the previous, for the penultimate boss fight. Oh, that was glorious. That was so glorious. Oh, that's why HealLB exists, right? Alright. Yeah. Wow, that was it. That was like a fever dream, kind of. It's just, you know, as I said before, I've not been playing Red Mage. Well, I've never been really playing Red Mage, right? I can play Red Mage better than Black Mage for sure, but less good than Summon. I for sure played more Summoner than Red Mage. let's see. Let's see in terms of jobs. Actually, I think I've never actually done that. Let's see, like a ranking of which jobs I've been playing the most. So I've for sure played the most Ninja, especially recently. Probably Ninja, and then I would say Scholar, even though I haven't played Scholar since... I mean, I'm not ranking as to which job I like most, but which one have I played the most in my 11 years of playing this game. I've been playing this game for 11 years, since the beta of Elden Reborn. Actually, I do have a legacy character with a legacy tattoo that I still haven't leveled. It's not this one. It's also not my other main, well, my previous main character. So, yeah, but I kind of want to do that at some point, but I just never find someone to do it with, because on my own it's boring, right? So, okay, so which of them have I played the most in my 11 years of playing Final Fantasy XIV? As I said, probably the most Ninja. Started playing Ninja in Heavensward. That's kind of been my main since then, even though I switched around, but I always come back to Ninja. I just like the class, like the job. Scholar, I've played from Realm Reborn up to the end of Stormblood. Like, actually, I actually raided with Scholar. But haven't picked up since. But it might still be a second, and then in close third, it's probably Bard. Because I've been playing Bard since... Well, since the remake in... I think it was in Shadowbringers, right? Where they completely reworked Bard. Then after that... now it's getting difficult. I've played a lot of Monk, but only up to Heavensward. I've played Reaper in Shadowbringers. I've played Viper in Dawntrail, obviously. So those are probably the next on the list. I've never really played any tank. I for sure have... When it comes to tanks, I've played Dark Knight the most, obviously. But... Well, I did actually... Right, I did actually raid the Omega Raid series on Dark Knight. When we did... Not back in the days, not during Stormblood, but we did all of the raids from Heavensward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers last year, I think, on minimum item level no echo. And I did the Omega tier, well, the the Stormblood raids on Dark Knight. So I have some experience with that. Dance, I picked up Dancer also only recently, before we started raiding the current raid here, so even though I'm currently playing a lot of Dancer, I haven't played a lot of Dancer historically. I've only picked up Summoner in Endwalker, and I feel like I've played Red Mage every... Yeah, Red Mage is just the one job that you like I've played every now and then since its release, because it's just so OP with the resin and everything, so it's just a fallback for whenever you do new content with random pickup groups and stuff like that, right? So it's probably easy to say which ones have I never played. I've never actually played Paladin, Warrior, or Gunbreaker. I've never played Samurai. And we've never played, I mean, like, I've never actually looked at the rotation of these jobs. Obviously, I've leveled them to level 90. It's not like I bought the books or anything. I did level them myself to level 90, obviously. But when I said I haven't played them, I think, like, I've never opened a guide to actually... you know, like, interact with the job and see what it's about, right? So I've never done that for the 3 tanks, I don't think. I have for Dark Knight, though. For Dragoon? I probably looked into one at some point, but I never really played the job. I've never looked at a job for Samurai, I don't think. At a guide, yeah. Obviously, Reaper I have played Viper, I have played Ninja, I have played Monk. White Mage, Astrologian, Sage, never played them. I've always healed on a Scholar. Obviously, Bard and Dancer and Machinist have also had a look at it. Well, actually, I can kind of... I think it was in Shadowbringers where I played some Machinist, if I remember correctly. Black Mage... I have tried to getting into Black Mage multiple times. Now, obviously, now it's a lot less difficult than it was before, right? So now would probably be a good time for me to pick it up. And I probably will. It's kind of the same as with Summoner. And like, I do like to have a rather complicated, complex main job to play on, but it's never been a magical range DPS. My mains usually are melees, usually. Haha. And I'm currently remaining physical range DPS, but that's only because I kind of needed to, because we didn't get another physical ranged 4. It's kind of like when you're playing bass in a metal band. It's usually, you know, one of the guitarists that it has the least aversion to playing bass just has to play bass in a metal band, right? That's me, yeah. I'm the one that switched to physical range, basically, right? Yeah, but usually I'm playing melee, so like Ninja and Viper are currently like my main jobs that I would default back to, I would say, and that would I invest the most time in, I would say. Which is why I like the way how Summoner is currently, because it's easy to pick up and fun to play, and you know, you can just... I often use it in... Actually, I don't need it anymore because they reworked beautiful little Phoenix Stones, right? So I usually used Summoner to play in dungeons when I did daily dungeons. So I would be able to res our healer whenever we died, right? That's why I played quite some... have some playtime on Summoner. I've had a look at a Picto job guide, but only because I was thinking of maybe playing Picto in Through, but then in the end someone else did, right? And I switched over to physical ranged. Yeah, that's me and all the jobs in Final Fantasy 14. All right. Oh, hey, I got a card. All right, I rolled a 98. I remember. All right. Sorry about that little intermission. Let's have a look at how the story turns out after the second of 3 parts, obviously, so you won't have the conclusion to the story today. You will have to wait another half a year for that, till the last part releases, obviously. There was not a single one of those voice acted, really? That's a bit annoying. Yeah, but you're back, and still in one piece. It was close, but actually, yeah, one piece. True. But was all show. Did something happen? I mean, he was thrown around on the ships, right? Did we not pick him up afterwards? Or did something else happen to him afterwards? That's the last time I remember seeing him. It's like on one of the other ships. Yeah, because he exploded. He was next to a cannon when he exploded and then flew to another ship. Was flinged to another ship, right? While we drifted on to a different ship. Yeah, okay. You had to fight Omega and Ultima too? Was a real shot. Wasn't holding back this time. But then what is he gonna do next time, right? So, if he wasn't holding back this time already. They made it out and fine. I'm sure I'll shout it too. Hi, it's you again. Don't like his grinning face. What do you want now? Yeah, exactly. Oh dear. Seems your merry little band is a member short. Could it be the life was cut tragically short on the field of battle? Though I suppose life would be something of an exaggeration, wouldn't it? But I digress. I came here to congratulate you on your impressive trouncing of the echoes. I'm pretty good with echoes. Yeah, I have a lot of experience with that. Indeed, your struggles have afforded me vital knowledge. Knowledge I will put to good use in my next selection. Spare us the bravado. Anyone with eyes can see you're really upset about losing. Right. Why would I have cause to be upset when everything is going to plan? The stronger she proves to be, the more powerful our ruler will be when all is said and done. Okay. But why? Why go to such lengths? Because we deserve better than the mockery of a contested master, and the world will soon see that I am fit to govern alongside a true ruler. Usurp the throne, and the world will only see you as a would-be tyrant and traitor. Please, Zerelja, it's not too late to stop this. You want to reason with him, really? Despite what you may think, the Dawn servants have served the people well, and I have no doubt they will forgive you your transgression just as they forgave me. Now what happened to you, Bakujaja? What happened to the proud warrior who vied for the throne, understanding that only we Mamuja are fit to rule? Whatever bonds you believe you forged with Wuklamot are merely an illusion born of convenience. You think your loyalty sets you along a noble path, but you're nothing more than a lapdog. A means to her to harness the might of the blessed siblings. And when she falls, you'll find yourself a mongrel on the streets, as you've always been. You're wrong, Zarilja. You're wrong! Ah! Easy, Bakuchacha. You'll reopen your wounds. Perhaps you're right for trying to protect that thing. Considering the damage her core incurred battling our champion, she hasn't long left. But she's not the only one in a precarious position, is she? Have you forgotten the contents of my letter? It would be all too easy to unleash an army of echoes upon the good people of Yachtell. If you value their safety, then my selections must continue. Can I just charge at him, stab him in the chest with my umbrella? Ooh, imagine the end of Zarilja. He got stabbed, and then, or we're gonna write it on his tombstone. Got stabbed by an umbrella, stabbed to death by an umbrella. That would be chef's kiss. You disgust me, Zarilja. That's saying something. If there's nothing else, I have much to prepare, and more still to consider before making my next selection. Until the next time. Bye. See you in half a year. I already know it's gonna be pretty exactly half a year until... Actually, wait, no, it's 8 months probably, right? Didn't they, yeah, they increased the time, right? Between patches from 3 to 4 months, or 4.5 even, I'm not even sure. Hey, it's Alshal. He made it out from the spaceship, no, from the airship. You're back. My apologies for the delay. Fighting off the echoes took longer than I had anticipated. Clearly you had no trouble fighting your way out, so why the long faces? Did something happen? She has an existential crisis because she knows she's just a electrope. Probably gonna die soon, and we can't do anything. We can't punch Zarilja in the face as he, you know, as we should. As he's asking for. How long do I have before I... That rotten snake. It's kind of funny because, you know, like, we're also on a timer. I'm currently 35. I might live, I don't know, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years. Probably not 90 years. I mean, I'm also on a timer. It might be that she has 40 years left, right? Well, she doesn't know, so... But I also don't know. I could die tomorrow, or today even, right? So... Oops, already talked to you. If what he says is true, and the two of us are indeed echoes, then any significant injury could quite literally wipe us from existence. Be that as it may, even if I'm not real, the love I bear for Vanadil and her memories is. That's why I'll keep fighting. Me too. Worrying about it isn't going to get us anywhere. See, that's what I'm saying. I already know the truth. Hey, we're getting Phoenix Downs. Isn't that nice? I can actually pull them in my... hotbar. Onto my hotbar. The memory is sleeping in Juno's stir. Perhaps the human adventurer has new knowledge to share with you. I guess that's why he has an exclamation mark above his head. Makes sense. Where actually is the Phoenix Down? Oh no, I have 2 of them. Nice. I should probably put them somewhere where I can find them. On every job, you know. Tell me more about Kirin. A talking manticore possessed of powerful elemental magics? Only Kirin comes to mind. Master of the Shichin, residing within the deepest reaches of the shrine of Ruabi Town. It is said to be a creature of boundless power and wisdom both. Only those who can best afford Shichin and claim their seers are granted an audience. I can say I've managed it just once with a band of adventurers many moons ago. It's kind of funny because he's basically the embodiment of a Final Fantasy XI player, right? But that's fun. That's fun. An arduous experience, to say the least. The Shichin also required offerings of rare gems and stones to be summoned, and we weren't the only ones who sought them. It was a mad dash from dawn to dusk, running ourselves ragged just to meet with these lesser divine beasts. When it finally came to face Kirin, we had to be prepared. Defeat would have meant repeating the process of gathering gems and stones for the Shichin, and I don't think we had resolve enough to face them all a second time. Not without a long, long reprieve. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that's... I'm assuming that's actually how it went down in Final Fantasy XI, right? So, ugh. As you can imagine, the spoils from that battle are exceedingly rare. Kirin's Osode, for example, could easily fetch 99 million gil on the bazaar. That's awesome. I love this. This is just so... This is really basically a player of Final Fantasy XI, right? Well, actually, if I wanted to talk to a player of Final Fantasy XI, Ungon has played Final Fantasy XI. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because he keeps talking about... Well, not, he doesn't keep talking about it, but whenever we start talking about past Final Fantasy and Evan he has lots of stories to tell about that, so I could ask him about them. Oh, it would be so fun if he would actually record any of this. He could probably talk so much more about this than I could, because obviously I have only played like until level 20, so sorry about that. Ultima and Omega. A pair of strange mechanical monsters assaulted an armada of airships, you say? Sounds like you've seen the legendary weapons Ultima and Omega. It's rumored the Armathron Society sought to revive them in some way, so it's hard to say whether what you saw were the original weapons built by the ancients or recreations. The Archduke Kamlanaut was also said to be involved with the Armathron, I'm just calling it Armathron, Society, if you can believe it. I don't know how to pronounce a W without anything before it. Armathron. Armathron. No one really knows what it is they're after, but I've heard some from a reliable source that they have been No one really knows what it is they're after, but I've heard from a reliable source that they have a keen interest in realizing the dreams of the Sillard, whatever that means. Perhaps you can discover the truth for yourself. Can I? Ah, maybe in the notes, right? Tell me about Kamlanaut. The Archduke is the reason Juno grew from a small fishing village into the bustling city we know today. Actually, if he's Genoian, and we pronounce Juno French, and then it would be Kamlanaut. Although the K is exceedingly rare in French, right? So, Alright, let's call him Kamlanaut then. During the Crystal War, he rallied the nations of Windurst, Bastok, and Sandoria together under the banner of the allied forces of Altana. This union afforded the enlightened races an invaluable foothold in the fight against the Beastmen. When enemy forces reached Juno's doorstep, it's said that Kamlanaut himself led the counterattack that resulted in a decisive victory against the invasion. While widely regarded as a hero of the people, some believe he's not all that he appears to be. He's rumored to have ties to the Zillard, an ancient race whose people flourished some 10,000 years ago. Which begs the question, does he intend to use his position as Archduke to further some unknown agenda? And what would an ostensibly extinct people have to gain from it? Only the gods know, I suppose. Or the Zillard themselves, ahaha. After being away from the public eye, I never would have imagined that's how he reveals himself. Tell me about Ealdnarch. 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 Is it also French? Oh, this isn't French, that's the problem. This would be Narch. But, Ealdnarch? No. EA? Ealdnarch? Ealdnarch. I'm calling it Ealdnarch. I have no idea, sorry. A young man is known to speak with a wisdom well beyond his years, but I'm surprised to hear he's well versed in combat as well. He is Kamlanaut's younger brother. Ah, there we go. And despite his age, he plays a significant role in the governance of Juno. His shrewdness often surpassing even that of senior officials. I say despite his age, but it has been 30 years since he and his older brother first assumed leadership. Whatever secrets they're hiding, the people of Juno seem to have little interest in bringing them to light. Or perhaps they fear the repercussions of drawing the Archduke's ire. Did you know there are some adventurers who claim that Ealdnarch is actually the older brother? If that were true, it would call into question everything we know about him and his brother. Obviously he is. Because we know he's the Scyllid, right? So he's basically Emmett Zurk then, Funny. Elden Orc disappeared from the public eye around the same time news spread of his brother's death. As for why, one prevailing theory points to the involvement of a seasoned adventurer. Oh, points to. Why does he still have an exclamation mark? What is going on? Confusing. Maybe it's a bug. Northward! Bakuchacha is putting his heads together to consider your next move. Until the real Cha makes himself known again, all we can do is wait. Feels like we're playing right into his hands. But enough of my rantings. You must be tired after all he's put you through. Why not return to Tuliolal for now? I'll meet you all at the Bright Plume post. Alright. I'm actually wondering if they're kinda wanting, you know, Rish to be an echo and not an actual living being. Well, unlimited living being. So that they don't have to deal with the character after they're done with the raid series. Because they're just starting to have too many characters that are beloved by the people, and therefore they have to somehow, at some point, integrate in the story again, right? I'm pretty sure that Reen and Gaia will probably be play a major part in the next expansion, or maybe the expansion afterwards, as well as Tiamat. Maybe in the same expansion, I don't know yet, right? But that would be my assumption. So it's just like, at some point they're like, yeah, we create too many new characters. And there's also Sphene now, obviously, right? Which I do wonder if she's gonna be an actual staying character at the end of Dawntrail, or if she's gonna be... if she's gonna disappear, die, whatever, right? So that they don't have to deal with her after the expansion. Not to do, it sounds bad, but it's just like, at this point, it's just like, we have so many characters, and they're not doing what other MMORPGs, World of Warcraft, have been doing in the past, right? Where at some point, you know, like, you just never hear of the characters again. Oh, they have been doing that, but they don't really want that, because they do know, you know, whenever people like characters, that they want them to be back, to come back, right? So it's like, okay, we have enough of those, maybe we should reduce the amount of those and just... They can't do it, they can't do a Grahatia on all of them, right? Like 2 expansions later, it's suddenly... Hey, now you're a Saiyan. Priest comes back and is actually alive, and everything's... Well, actually, that would actually be so dope. Imagine the end of the raid series has her not die, but just be like... Just like they did with Sphene, right? But basically in cryo sleep until we're like, yeah, we put you in cryo sleep until we can know how to keep you awake, right? Yeah, how to keep you alive. And then in 3 expansions time, just as we grow out Tia with the Crystal Tower and Shadowbringers, right? They're gonna be back and we can keep her alive. And suddenly she's a big part of the expansion and she comes in as a Saiyan. Wouldn't that be nice as one of the main character casts? Oh, that would be super cool actually. But that's the point. If they do something like that, they can just pull it back whenever they want to at some point in the future, but they don't have to, right? Because we all know, she's in cryosleep. We can't really do anything about it, right? So I think that would actually be kind of intelligent to go about it. Probably more interesting than just having her disappear and die, right? So that's fun. I mean, even Alpha is still in the game. Alpha and Omega, right? They're still going around the areas, and they still have to... I mean, they're also going around Tuliyola, I think, at some point, right? So they even think about those characters when they make a new expansion with new areas. They even program those characters to still be around somewhere, because, you know, they're traveling the world and looking at it, right? So that's what I mean when they don't just give up characters and never talk about it, right? But at some point, it's probably getting a little many characters to keep thinking about them, right? After those orcs and everything else the real Jar threw at us, it's nice to finally get a chance to breathe, ain't it? It's only been 1.5 hours, so it's not like it was that bad. Speaking of which, what were the 2 of you up to the first time we were afforded a reprieve from his scheming? I think they did exactly what Alpha and Omega did, right? Doing as any good adventure would, exploring, more specifically in Yogg-Turul. I think we saw them at some point, right? You can't see them around, just as with Alpha and Omega. We happened upon a most fascinating settlement of giants on our travels. The Yogg-Hui, I believe they called themselves. They bear a striking resemblance to the trolls of our world. Only in appearance, mind. Trolls are a hostile sort, given to looting and plundering and known to serve as sellswords. This wasn't always so, though. We traveled all over. I was hoping we'd find someone who might have seen the real jar, or at the very least knew something about Electrope. I'd be surprised if you did. Electrope isn't native to Tyrol. It comes from the Kingdom of Alexandria inside the Dome in Shock Tyrol. Yeah, bring them there then. The Dome! Said we needed some sort of permit to cross the bridge leading north. Yeah, we can... I know some people who can hook you up with that. If that's where Electrope comes from, do you reckon there's anyone there who could help figure out if he really echoes? Yes, most likely. Like 1 million people or something like that. Oblivion may be able to shed some light on things. Why is he talking about that? Shouldn't it be me talking about that? You know, like, what? What has he to do with Oblivion? As I've been working rather closely with the Lance God of late, I see no reason why your requests couldn't be made through the Wing of Reflection. Meaning we should go and pay them a visit, yes? Just as well if we're going to get these 2 travel passes. I'm sure the God will expedite process if we mention their accompany Yomi. Why can't we just go to Vuklamat? What the heck? Just as we did with my travel pass. It will take me 2 minutes. I teleport there, I go in, yo, Vuk. Actually, maybe we don't do that. I am really fine with her not being around currently, and she's probably going to be around in the MSQ once I tackle that, so... maybe we enjoy the moments we have without the cat. Wouldn't such a permit normally require some manner of rare goods in exchange, or perhaps an exorbitant sum of gil, or you just have the right connections? Ah, right. I've heard stories about adventurers struggling to get a pass for the airships in Vanadil. Ah! I'd sooner walk if I had to pay those prices. I just go to my cat, if I want that. Sorry for the wait. The Lance God had no trouble readying passes for the both of you. Oh, okay. Guess that's fine then. So soon? God, the depth of his covers must be staggering. No, it's more the depth of his connection cover. As for Oblivion, they're keen to learn more about you. In fact, they've asked to meet on the outskirts of Alexandria. It's a rather long way from here to the Dome, though. You should stop in Cheshinovitsi Springs, catch your breath, and shore up supplies. I showed them the way there. Alright, I'll just teleport there, I guess. Oh, it's been a while since we've done that. Oh, I love this freaking drum solo. Right. Sorry, it's been a while since I've made a fool of myself in front of the camera. Actually, not true. I've been recording a lot recently, but anyway. Cheshinovitsi Springs. Yeah, there's so many blue exclamation marks, some of which I have never picked up. As you can see, I still haven't done any of the... well, actually not. I have done some of the optional quests, but I don't know. This expansion I was... well, that's the first time that I've actually spent a lot of time recording and editing videos and stuff, right? So I have more other things to do than in the past expansions. And I completed all the quests and stuff. I have an umbrella. Well, it can also be what's it called? A sun umbrella? How are they called? Parasol. Thank you. Excuse me, miss. I'm looking for my daughter. Have you seen a little Eldite girl anywhere? Nope. Sorry. I see. God, where could she have run off to? Is it her by chance? Say, you're from the Dome, aren't you? What's got you so worked up and in a hurry? Yes, I am. My name is Jesper. It's my daughter. She's gone missing. Try to stay calm, alright? Maybe we can help. What does she look like? Right, her name is Scoria. She's an Eldite like me, with long red hair. We were planning to move from Solution 9 to Tuliolol, and so we came to visit first, learn about our home to be. We were waiting to ride to Ronek, and before I knew it, she wandered off. I think I may have seen her a little while ago. Girls like your daughter don't seem all that common in these parts. Pretty sure she was heading somewhere to the south. We better hurry and find her before something in the wilds finds her first. You leave this to us. She'll be back and safe before you know it. Sorry to put our plans on hold after dragging you all the way out here. We should have more than enough time before we are to meet with Oblivion. Besides, what manner of adventurers would we to be... Oh my god. What manner of adventurers would we be to ignore a person in need? I have my parasol with me. It's actually a rain umbrella, but whatever. Well, let's be quick about it. I'll go with Jasper and ask around if anyone has seen Scoria. You three check to the south. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Please be careful out there. You heard, Bakuljaja. Let's get going. Guru. 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 Ah! Sorry. Reminiscing. There was a settlement to the south, if memory serves. Perhaps someone there has seen Scoria. Let's each speak with 3 or so people. With 3 or so? Why exactly 3? Then recon. What if the first I encounter is actually Scoria, and I just have to talk to 2 more people because you said I had to talk to 3 people. Or, you know, like I talk to 3 people and I see Scoria over there, and I'm like, nope, I'm gonna go back because he said to only talk to exactly 3 people. Up to 3 also, but you know it's gonna be exactly 3 in the quest. To see what we can piece together of her whereabouts. Yeah, I think we've never actually done anything in this. I mean, we went there, right, when we had to pick up dung from the pterodactyls in the south. And Aaron will just had to buy something from here, I think, right? But apart from that, we've never actually been to this village, I don't think, right? Maybe there's a side quest I go here. But it's like, why is this actually here? It's kind of weird. Barely interacting with it. Shaloweki. We're looking for a girl called Scoria, long red hair, elven. Not elven. What? I think they call them elves, right? I was just up north a little while ago, but I didn't see any Eldite girl wandering about. Poor thing. I hope she's not in any trouble. Well, I guess they call them Eldite. Never mind. Oh, there is a quest down here. Huh. Never seen that before. Hardworking ton of water. Did you see an Eldite girl, long red hair? I saw her wandering about outside of town, but only for a moment. No sooner had our eyes met than she ran off. I'd love to help, but I have to get back to work. See, I don't need the third one. Why do I need to speak to exactly third when I already have some information to go off? And you know, like some time-critical information. Lenike. A young Eldite girl? No, I haven't. I so often hear of Eldite looking to move to Tuliolal. If we can expect more in the future, I'd certainly like to get to know them. I've spoke to exactly 3 people, as you asked for. I think I've learned all I can from the people here. Did you discover anything of note? Yeah, someone saw them in the south. Well, not in the south, but they ran off. I had much of the same. So we can say with certainty she passed through here not long ago. Let's continue on southward. Yep. Alright. Let's save her from being eaten by... Oh, never mind. It's Prish. There you are. I take it you haven't had any luck finding her either. All I found searching around here was monsters. To be honest, it felt like a waste of time at first. And I was thumping this one, though. I could have sworn I saw a kid off in the distance. I'm betting it was her. If we hurry, we might be able to catch up to her. Why would she run away like that, though? Am I called Northward? It's funny that this quest is called Northward, but we're going southward, right? Aha. From whom the verse is sung. Pretty ready to keep moving. Whoever it was I was scurrying off can't be far. Let's go. I saw. Let's go before any monsters find them. Na 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 na. Oh, I didn't have to walk myself. Isn't that nice? For whom the bell tolls. Well, they could have told us that she's got twin tails. And not just red hair. I mean, it's probably easy enough to find someone with red hair, but, you know. You found her, thank goodness. Now push her over the cliff. I know, intrusive thoughts. No. Why are you so scared? Who are you people? Your father sent us. I don't remember his name, though. That's an issue. The name's Prish. Your father asked us to come and find you. What are you doing out here all by yourself? In that warm of a garment as well, right? Shouldn't you have had a heat stroke like an hour ago? You said we have to move, but I don't want to go. I want to stay in Alexandria and be a singer. I know nothing about the music in Tuliolal, and they'd never listened to a nobody like me who's not even from Turol. Thinking about it made me so mad. I needed to be alone to think, so I ran and I kept running. Then somehow I found myself here. It's really funny how in games like this, everybody just explains themselves very calmly and clearly, right? But if you talk to anybody in real life, they won't tell you anything. It's just like, nah, I don't want to talk about it, if they even say anything, right? It's just like, but here they're just ready to open their hearts to the strangest, to strangers and strangest people, I guess. The strangest people. Sorry if I caused you all any trouble. No need to be sorry. You're safe, and that's all that matters. You know, remind me of a friend of mine. Ulmia. One day I found her out near the coast with a beautiful view, just like this, crying like it was the end of the world. She had been trying to join the choir, but turns out she was too nervous to sing in front of people. What a convenient coincidence to have such a friend that matches this situation exactly, right? But this world is one damn big place. If you spend all your time dwelling on small setbacks, you'll never be able to appreciate the bigger picture. It'd be a lie to say I know what you're going through, but what I do know is this. Giving up on singing would mean the end of the world you've been working toward. Maybe we won't want to hear her sing first before we... set her on this path. I told Ulmia the same thing, and you know what? She kept pursuing her passion for singing and eventually joined the Tavnasian Cathedral Choir. Just like she'd always dreamed. Really? Wow, how inspiring. I'm gonna do the same now. But what if they hate my songs? What if they all just laugh at me? Well, then you can still become a streamer. All sorts of people live here in Turel, you know? And now there are even folks from another world mingling with the locals. It's full to bursting with diversity. Being different is what'll make your song special, and I'm sure there are people here who appreciate that. So I say keep singing, share your music with this big wide world. Would it be alright if I start by sharing with you? Imagine if she's just horrible at singing. That would be so funny. Sorry. I know the tune of the Loporrit's play, right? I don't know it by heart, unfortunately. He's been a bun girl after all. Alright, that was a nice little intermission, but why? As resourceful as ever, I see. Well done. Safe and sound without a scratch. I can only imagine the weight lifted off her father's heart. Scoria was pretty amazing, was she? I listened to Ulmia practicing heaps, so believe me when I say Scoria will be just fine. I'm sorry for making you worry. I'm worried for making you worry. There you are. It's so good to see you all safe. Scoria has told me everything, and I don't know how I could have repay you. But after we finish moving to Tuliolal, I certainly intend to try. My word on that. Why are you even moving, I wonder? Like, if she doesn't want to, like, why do you want to move? But okay. I hope to see you soon again soon. And I'd love to meet your friend Ulmia as well. Well, that's gonna be difficult. You and me both. I mean, it would be saddened to tell Ulmia that Prish has another dear friend who is dying to meet her. I can hardly wait. I promise to keep singing, sharing my music with the world, just like you said. So you better come back. I'll have a front row seat waiting for you. Right, of course. You'd better be on our way. Thank you again for everything. Hi. We'll meet again, I hope. Da 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 da. Alright, can we draw a line below this? Apocalypse Nigh. Okay, I guess not. Well, this is probably the last one, but still. The cool judge has his eyes set on the dome. Not the throne, but the dome. Now that Scoria is safe and reunited with her father, I think it's time we make for the dome. We can take the train from Shaloni Station. Fish? It's time to go. Sorry. Right. Let's get going. Ba 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 da. Ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba 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 ba. I'd heard tell of the dome before, but it's quite a sight even at this distance. Sigh. No, a sight, not a sigh. Prish, you understand him wrong. What luck, the train just arrived. I know I said worrying about if we're real isn't going to get us anywhere, but... God, I feel like such a damn hypocrite. Can't stop thinking about what Cyril just said. I'm not scared though, I mean, a little scary. But more than that, it's why does it have to be so complicated? You really miss home, don't you? That's probably it. Listening to Scoria sing reminded me of Ulmia. Home. Makes me wonder what everyone is up to. I can think of at least one person who's already in the midst of the next grand adventure. Even if they're merely echoes, who is to say we cannot return to Vanadil? I have no doubt Cirilcha would know a way. And what place would I have in Vanadil when the real Prish is already there? You can be our twin sister! You would love that, right? That's when I think I've put it out of my mind. I think of Kamlanu and Ealdnark. Clearly imposters and proof we're living the same lie. When we met Scoria, she's so excited to have us come back and see us sing, and saying we could just felt like more of that lie. There's no doubt in my mind we'll stop Cirilcha, but then what? What happens to us? Would that I had an answer for you, but I don't. No one does. Because the future is what we make of it. Once this is over, I intend to see all this world has to offer. I may be without memories, but I've not lost my adventurer's heart. Perhaps I'll even find a new calling along the way. The world is one damn big place after all. I dare say there's something out there for the both of us. And you're right. I guess we'll just find our own place to call home. But first things first, we need to go and meet with Oblivion. And she's dead. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you have stage 6 cancer, whatever it is. Probably not. Probably stage 3 or something. You have roughly 9 months to live. Damn it all. I'm pretty sure she won't die before the end of the raid series. Yeah, better hurry. I'm ready for anything. Even if these memories of adventure etched upon our hearts are not our own, we're still here, in this moment, and that makes us real. Kikazana has agreed to speak with us on behalf of Oblivion. Best not keep him waiting. Ah, you must be the ones Shale told me about. I'm Kikazana, one of the Electrop engineers. So, what was it you wanted to discuss? I have trouble with English sentences where there's a lot of wooze around. In like a lot of words starting with a W or even a V in a row. Whoa. I see. Well, that would make more than just memories etched into Electrop. Amulja magics are quite impressive too. They almost seem alive. Hi. I mean, of course you're alive. Technically. Maybe? Let's just forget I said anything, alright? Don't worry about it. We're not even sure ourselves, to be honest. The only thing we're certain of is that our bodies are made from Electrop. We were hoping you could help figure out what that means for us. Can't just sit around moping, you know? I'm not sure how much I can help, but I'd certainly love to try. We are in your debt, sir. While you're conducting your tests, would it be alright if we have a look around? There's something about unfamiliar lands that stirs an adventurer's blood and... Wait, if we're made of Electrop, do we even have blood to stir? Even if we don't, that's an absurd question to ask, don't you think? Ugh. Well, at least they seem to be in better spirits. Perhaps they simply find the truth comforting. If you might return to the topic at hand, yes, feel free to explore as you like. And it's settled. The site of our next adventure will be here in the dome, and then Shaktural. I hope we'll see you around, Yomi. Yeah, pretty sure. Well, we're probably gonna meet somewhere out in the wilds, and then most likely in 8 to 9 months. And worry not, I will keep a close eye on Prish and ensure we're not away over long. We mustn't lose sight of our true goal, after all. To defeat Zerilja and, God's willing, secure a means of persisting without his magics. And I'll stand by the both of you every step of the way. With my entrusted umbrella. If the two of you will follow me, I need to collect a few samples. Like hair strains, or how is this gonna work? Oh no, I forgot. What? I never took them to Spaljav for tacos. There's so much in Tuliolal they've yet to see, so much they've yet to eat. I suppose I'll have to bring food here when they're free. A fine idea, brother. Perhaps, but I will have to wait. Let's return to Bright Plume Post for now. Sure. Let's do just that and finish up this. Bakuljaja told me what happened. Well done defeating Zerilja's echoes. We'll make certain the god is duly prepared should new threats arise in Yoctel. Waiting for Zerilja to show himself is maddening, but it will be worth it to finally put him to the sword. At the first sign of activity in those woods, you can be certain the Land Scout will contact you. Until next time, take care. Bye, see ya next time. I can hear my cat meowing on the balcony. Meanwhile, somewhere in the rift. How much longer must I wait for this vessel you promised me? My My apologies, Dawn Servant. It is no simple matter to fashion a vessel befitting one of your majesty, but soon, very soon, preparations will be complete. How many times have I explained this to that insufferable oaf? Taught him a kindred spirit from across the rift, but his impulsiveness is beginning to test my patience. At least that adventurer, for their part, continues to exceed my expectations. Once I find the echo that proves a match, everything else will fall into place. Insert evil laugh. She did well to stand against the ancients, but against the gods? Not a chance. Her companions will need to be dealt with as well. Which will be simple enough, but the other one. Shal, was it? But it was nothing more than the meddling amalgamations of memories that he continues to survive, defies all reason. A man of such resilience and vanity would have to be... It couldn't be. I'm right about this then. No matter. Thankfully, I'm not without my contingencies. Oh, if only I'd played Final Fantasy XI, right? I would probably know what he's talking about. We deserve better. We'll have better. Only blessed siblings, possessed of resolve and reason, are fit to rule. Kulchacha was little more than a witless brute before. Clearly his companions have stirred something within him. He's not without value after all. The memory is abiding within Gilganos once more. Perhaps the adventurers there have new knowledge to share with you. Really? Jeez. Excel remains clear for now, but rest assured we will contact you should the situation change. I'm gonna read that next time, right? In 8 months, so... This is ending this very lengthy episode of Gilganos raiding Dawntrail with the second part of the 24-person raid series, Sandoria the Second Walk. Thank you so much for watching. That was fun. I feel like that was more fun than the first part. Even though the first part was really cool, actually, especially Prish, obviously. But I feel like it was a smidge easier than the first raid. And therefore, just a little more on what I would have to expect, or what I would have come to expect from 25-person raids. I mean, maybe you can't say that it wasn't as much of a meme fest as it sometimes is at the beginning, right, with the very first days. But for me, this was the perfect. I feel like this is the perfect difficulty for a 25-person raid, 24-person raid. Just fun. Well, we did have a lot of reses, that's to be said. We had so many red mages and reses, right? Because people sought to understand what it's about in those, right? So that might have been playing a big role. And we didn't actually wipe. We almost wiped, right? But we did turn it around. Oh, that was that was great. That was so great. Oh, that's fine. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully see you next time as well. And obviously with all the other content on this channel, we are playing a lot of variety content on this channel. With 5 videos releasing weekly, usually, right? And, you know, like, sprinkled with some Final Fantasy XIV content every now and then whenever we get to those. Yeah, I'll for sure be back with the MSQ. I'm not exactly sure if this will release before or after the MSQ. Probably before, right? So if you haven't seen that yet, if that hasn't released yet, it's coming, don't worry. I will be releasing the patch content of the MSQ once I'm done with 7.3. And then we're probably gonna have a break with MSQ content again up to the release of the next expansion. But hey, there's gonna be another I have a trade here in 4 months anyways, alright? So I hope to see you there. Until then, take care and have fun playing. Bye bye!